So let's start. Wash your hands, clean your kitchen, and we'll get ready for this session. Right, this week's session is going to be called Cooking for a Crowd, in the happy anticipation that one day soon we might actually be cooking for a crowd. My crowd at the moment is 6, so I'm going to use a lamb shoulder instead of a lamb leg. But what I thought we'd do is a slow roast lamb leg or shoulder. A whole leg would feed about 12 to 15 people. And then I'm going to do that with gratin dauphinoise and roast vegetables. And that I think will be a lovely meal. Also, the other good thing about that is that it is something that you can do beforehand and enjoy your family and friends without being too stressy and worrying about the food at the last minute. So most of this can be done ahead of time and can just be presented to eat, and it will be very delicious. So with that in mind, we're going to start. So we're going to start off with our whole roast shoulder, and we're going to put rosemary, thyme. I use a lot actually. Put it underneath, and put onions. I've chopped up an onion, a couple of onions. Put them underneath, and the flavours can come from that. And then put some rosemary underneath and some thyme, and it helps all meld in to the flavour. And then put some on top, down the sides. And then I'm going to put some garlic into the top with some more rosemary. There we go, a little bit of garlic in these little slits I've made. Just push them into the holes. And if you just do that all over the top, that will impart a lovely flavour into the meat. And then put some salt on and some pepper, and that's it. And then we'll put that in the oven. Oh no, a little bit of water actually, as we're having it for a long. There we go, a little bit of water in the bottom. And started off quite hot heat, say 180, and that will just help render the fat down. And then later on, put it into a cooler oven over 4 hours or so. So there we are, fried off. About 2 minutes for each batch. You don't want to overcook them. And then taste one and see if they've got enough salt and pepper on. I had to add a bit more actually. And then put them out on the plates. Just a nice little tasty starter for you to enjoy together. There we go. Actually, it turns out to be quite a lot for 2. There we go. Lovely. Enjoy.
What you could do.
Yeah. Right, moving on to our roasted vegetables. I'm just cooking what we have in the cupboard. And in this pan here, I've got sweet potato, butternut squash, carrots, salt, pepper, and some herbs. And this one, the vegetables that cook for a shorter time, red onion, red pepper and herbs, salt and pepper, and oil. You can use olive oil or chili oil, as I've actually done in this case. Don't overfill the pan because again you won't get the charred crispy edges, which are nice. And think about colours. So this is going to be orangey, reddy, purpley, which will look very attractive on the plate. Put them into a hot oven for about 45 minutes. Right, now on to the gratin dauphinoise. Lots of complicated recipes for it, but actually it's very simple and it works very well by just cutting up thin slices of potato. A sort of mashing potato is fine. Thin slices, not putting too many in the thing, so sort of maybe filling the serving dish half full and just doing little thin slices like that and putting them in like that, scattering them about, and then mixing in that 3 cloves of garlic, crushed. I've crushed it with some salt and pepper. I'll probably add a bit more pepper in a minute, and putting that into taste, mix it up a bit, scoop it all about, mix it all up, and then putting double cream in, and that is the end of that. Then putting that into the oven for a good long time, maybe an hour or so, to get those potatoes cooked. Some recipes boil the potatoes first or heat up the cream first with all sorts of other things, but I think it's nice. Less is more. Again, I use that phrase, less is more, except of course in your studies when that maxim can't really be used. But now that will go into the oven for about an hour and come out and be delicious. Okay, cooking for a crowd, finished. So we've got slow roast lamb taken off the bone and mixed with the meat juices, made into a gravy with mint, red currant jelly and red wine. And then we've got slow roast vegetables with parsley and there's just a touch of balsamic and gratin dauphinoise.